out with me today. Um, I wear many, many hats. And I know this is crazy. I was scheduled to come on earlier. I don't know what I did wrong. I tried to do it by my laptop, maybe my desktop, but just I don't know what happened. So I'm on my phone. Okay. So I wanted this to basically be talking about different issues, situations, things that are happening around this crazy world we're in, and I want to kind of talk about some of the things that I do. Um, and a lot of people don't know me, and that's fine. But I do have a lot of people who come on here and kind of look at my videos and stuff, and I'm glad for that. Um, YouTube has changed since I used to do it back in the day. I mean, I used to be YouTube queen, but things have changed so much. And trying to keep up with a lot of things is kind of hard for me. For me. So I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. So I wanted to share some things with you guys. Um, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. Oh, do I? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I want to share some things with you guys before we get started. Um, you guys know I have another channel. It's called Universal Readings. So I do tarot readings. I do kind of like almost like a coaching thing. It depends on who's in my chat and who I'm talking to. So I do a lot. I do those. I do regular. I have a podcast that I do. Um, oh my gosh! And then I have a television, public access television show that comes on our public access called the Empower Her Show. Sometimes I share some of the videos on here. I do that. I also do a lot of local politics. We talk about stuff that goes on in our local area and around the state and all over the place, really, actually. So we kind of touch a little bit on everything. I do, that is, because I'm a well rounded person. Hello. Um, so I kind of I touch on a lot of political stuff, and I'm very passionate about it because I deal with it on a daily basis. Here, I'm very vocal about a lot of injustices that go on here with African American people in my local area. So I'm very much so deep into that. I also write um, books. I write a lot of books. I have ebooks out that I talk about a lot of things on. I have my own skincare line. I don't know if I showed it to you guys, but I have my own skincare line out. Matter of fact, this is the hydrating facial cream that I have, and hydrating. This is the vitamin C and hyaluronic acid serum that I have that I sell. If you look, I guess I needed to put that in the description box. I probably didn't. Um, but I have the skincare line, and I also have. I don't know if you guys have seen any of these commercials or little shorts of my sunflower seeds. Okay, you can find my sunflower seeds on the Sunny Munch store etsy.com. You can also find my skincare, Ebony Elixir Skincare.com. You can find that on the website. You can go to You Can't Clip My Wings. You Can't Clip My Wings is my main page. You can go there and check that out. So I have 3 different pages that I have to maintain. And sometimes that's hard. If you hear any barking, that's because that's my dogs and my husband. Okay. Those are the things that I do on the side other than running my mouth and doing my podcast and my television show and all the other things that I do. So I just wanted to stop by and kind of talk to you guys about that kind of thing, those kind of things that I definitely get very much so into. I'm very thank you guys for hanging out real quick. Um, that I'm able to do all these things. Why? Well, because I make time for them. Because I love what I do. And because I love what I do, I make way for me to be able to do the things that I do. So I wanted to stop by and tell you guys that. Let's talk a little bit. And if you go over to TikTok, I'm also on TikTok, Queen Universal on TikTok, and I am very opinionated, and my opinions are my opinions. I am not trying to make anybody take my opinions for a word or whatever, but it's my opinion, just like everybody has their opinions. Um, I think this whole situation, let's talk politics first. Let me break it down. So let's talk politics first. Everybody's on this big thing about your president. I didn't vote for him, so I'm not going to say he's my president. I'm just going to say it like that. He's not my president. Um, so this big mess he has made of United States first and foremost. Okay, he's made this big mess with United States, and we're dealing with it. In the time of wars, there's always going to be casualties. So I think right now we as American people are the casualties, okay, for all the mess that's been going on. Um, and it's sad to say that, but that's where we are, okay? Let me see what time it is, okay. That is where we are right now, is the idea that we're in the position where things are not like they should be. And let's see here. Okay. Um, and because of that, we're suffering. I was over on TikTok, you guys, right? It was so funny because it was funny because China is not playing. China is not playing, you guys. Um, for whatever reason you don't like China, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to like China, but China is not playing. China is throwing out all kinds of secrets. So China is not, they're saying, look, let me tell you something. This is what's going to happen. And they're giving out all kinds of information. And I'm a person who loves doing business. So a lot of the things that they're talking about, I'm very much so interested in it because this will help me with what I do on the side, with my side hustles, right? Um, so China is just like really, really like, okay, excuse me. So it's like China is like, hold up, wait a minute. We're going to make this happen. We're going to show them what to do. And so China is really like playing it like to the T on how they think we should know how we've been being ripped off all this time in America. So I think to me, that is going to make a big difference in how we're starting to see things. And because of that, it's gonna be something. It is definitely gonna be something now. Okay, give me a second here. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. It is definitely going to be something now. And let's see here. Let's see you. Okay. Um, okay, there we go. I was doing something at the same time I'm doing this. But yeah, so this is gonna be interesting. Okay, that's no, you don't need to do that. Okay, and so this is going to be very, very interesting on so many levels, you guys. This is gonna be so interesting on how we're starting to see things, and the ideal that so much stuff. Excuse me, you're connected. Okay, okay, good. Just want to make sure. Okay. Um, yeah. So it's going to be very fascinating to see how all this plays itself out. Um, so I think it's going to help us, but I also think it might hurt us a little bit. But that's fine. We'll get through it. Look, we're Americans. We'll get through it. Um, and I think it's scaring a lot of people. Um, and because of that, I mean, we're either going to continue to let things go the way they're going, or we're going to move on and get them out. I mean, that's how I look at it from the standpoint of removing him out of office. I mean, I said this, and I'm going to stick to it, and to each his own. If you don't, want to go by it, that's fine. But I think we need to get him out of office. I think he's dangerous. I think he's got some mania going on. I think he's got some Alzheimer's or dementia going on, and some say psychopathic, sociopathic tendencies going on. And everybody who's following him is crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. But to each his own. I'm not upset with you. If that's what you look, if that's what you want to do, I can't be upset with you about it. Okay. And I don't want to stick on that, but I just want to say that because I think that's interesting to talk about. Um, I want to also talk about my Empower Her show. And if you look in my list of all my videos, my Empower Her show comes up. Uh, I've been blessed to get in a lineup on public access channel for this year for 2025. So I'm constantly making sure I have content because that's very important that I have content for that channel. So I make sure I do that. Let's see here. I do that, and it takes a lot to put the content together. If you guys know, over here on YouTube, YouTube ain't no joke. YouTube has changed like a lot since I've messed with it, and I've been on YouTube I think since '09. I think it's been since '09, but I haven't been consistent, and that's a problem I have with me being who I am. I have problems with being consistent with things that I need to do. I can have them listed out, put them on a sticky pad, okay, and still have issues with actually doing the work. I have boards, I have whiteboards, I have the whole 9 yards. I have my calendar, on your phone, your clock. I mean, on your phone, yeah, your clock, alarms and everything. And I still have an issue with being on time and doing things the way I want to do them. Like I was supposed to have a 5 o'clock show. I was in the middle of doing a reading, so I couldn't get off of that to come over here. So I had to move around some things in order for me to get over here. So I like to not. I just like to pop up. I don't like to always schedule stuff because I see now and I used to be a stickler for scheduling. Oh my God, I used to be a big stickler for it. But it's like I can't do it anymore. It's like I cannot stay my time management is so off, you guys. Time management is important, but you don't want it to be where it just takes over you, okay? And my issue is my time management is not good at all anymore. And I think I don't want to say it's my age, but it's like now I can just like I don't rush to do anything anymore. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. If I don't, I'm not. That's the way I have to look at stuff. So I stopped trying to put myself in a position where I overthink, or that I find myself um, beating myself up because I can't get certain things done, certain tasks done. Um, just like with my, for instance, my my sunflower seed business, Sunny Munch, right? Sunny Munch. These are good. They come in 4 flavors. I forgot what they come in. We come in sea salt, barbecue, dill pickle, and lemon pepper. Let me say that again. Barbecue, sea salt, lemon pepper, and barbecue, lemon pepper, dill pickle, and sea salt. Those are the 4 kinds of sunflower seeds we have. We have them shelled and unshelled. These are the kernels, but we also have them shelled, um, which both taste good. And then I told you guys about my hydrating cream. These are the travel packets, okay? They actually come in the little jars, which I don't have here in front of me, but they also come in um, the little, they come in the little round gold jars. And then this is the hyaluronic vitamin C acid, vitamin C and hyaluronic acid serum. You only need a little bit. It comes in a bottle like this. Okay. This is a bottle. Okay. Um, if you want, if you're interested in any of my products, there is the Sunny Munch store on Etsy that you can go to, and Ebony Elixir Skincare has its own website that you can go to and purchase these packets. These packets are not very expensive; they're inexpensive, but you will be paying more for these. But this is only your travel. If you don't want to take this with you, you can throw this in your bag. If you go to the gym or whatever, you can throw it in the bag. If you're feeling like you can't, that when you take it off and you want to bend it down so that it won't come out, I would advise you to put it in another bag, okay? Because this is hyaluronic serum, so it's more liquidy, and this is more creamy. And the smell that you're going to get, the scent that I used in this is rosemary. Okay, so you'll have like a rose type smell to this. All right. Um, Again, my Sunny Munch. You're like, why are you talking about that? Because it's part of who I am. You can open them. These are airtight bags. Throw it in your bag if you're going to the gym, whatever, a snack between meals, okay? These come in 2 ounces. I think the shelled ones are a little bit less in the ounces, but these usually come in 2 ounces or a little bit over 2 ounces, okay? Um, right now we have a special going on with those. With the special, you get 4 plus 1. I'm adding 1 in there. For anybody who orders that, if you go on our website, you can definitely order whatever you want in variety. You can switch them up, whatever ones you want. You can have all dill, you can have all barbecue, you can have all lemon, pepper, whichever ones that fits your taste buds. Or you can try all of them, but you're going to get 1 extra packet to go in there. Okay, there's going to be 1 extra packet in the box. Okay. I just sent off some orders, so you guys definitely feel free to order from us. Okay, so that is that. Now, also let me talk a little bit about our ebooks. I think, if I'm not mistaken, my ebooks are on my website. You can't clip my wings. If you go to you can't clip my wings, and you go into our shop, you should be able to see some of the books that we have on there. Those books are ebooks, they're motivation books, and they're also about women, and they're also about life coach, okay, being able to be a life coach. So all of that is in there if you're interested in any of that information. There's an assessment test that you can take. You purchase the ebook to that. You can download it, do the assessment test, see that if life coaching is something that you're really interested in, you can do that. Um, that'll tell you what direction you want to go in. Actually, it really would. It would tell you which direction that you truly want to go in when it comes to that. Um, you can also, let's see here. I'm sorry, you guys. You can also, let's see what we got here. Okay. Mm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Um, you can oh wow. Awesome. Gorgeous. Okay. Thank you. Um y'all, you don't see what I see. I got 2 screens going here. But yeah, you can check out those websites, and you can order. I don't know why I didn't put them in here. I'm trying to figure out why I didn't put them in here. I apologize, you guys. So, yeah, so that's what mainly the things that I do. My show, let me tell you a little bit about my television show, the Empower Her show. Um, I'm like excited about it because I had the opportunity to actually do it. That was fun. Let me see something here. See if it'll do it for me. There we go. Wow. Okay. It did it. Okay. That's what I wanted to do. Okay. So so I was able to get a lot accomplished with this show. And like I said, it takes a lot to put a show together. Um, Even though it's like it's only an hour show, I have, you have to get your guests. If you have guests, I have guests sometimes, sometimes I don't. And depending on what the subject matter is, like last month was National Women's History Month. I made sure that I did a whole segment on women. I did one on, let's see, I did one on Miss Amy, excuse me, Fannie Lou Hamer. I did one on Shirley Chisholm. I did Angela Davis, and I did, I think her name was Emma Parker, was the other lady that I did for the month of March, because I thought it was very, very important that we definitely um, adhere to those people, giving them their, because they were trailblazers when it comes to the African American woman, and it gave us a reason to keep doing the things that we do. And to me, I find them as my heroes for all the things that I like doing when it comes to making things happen. Also, I I did that, and somebody gave me a call. Somebody saw it, and they gave me a call, and they wanted to do some more work with me pertaining to African American women and their. I call them trailblazers. I call them heroes, and I call them trailblazers because they had the opportunity, and they had the strength, and they with the boldness to go out and fight against the things that were not helping us. I don't want to use the word oppressed, but they were not helping us. So they were able to make a difference for us in that. And to me, that was a great thing. So they called me up and they wanted to do more with me, talk pertaining to those women. Um, when you have a knack for something, or you have a love for something, you have a passion for something, you make it happen. You know, you put things in place that are going to make that next step, take that next step. And like I said, I love that. I love doing that. I also talk about local politics, and I told you guys that earlier. That's pertaining to a lot of things that the mayor of our predominantly black city is doing, and has been doing for years. I talk about that because that's important. That we, even though we usually don't like to get involved in politics, and I get that. But when it starts to affect how you live, that's very, very important. And that's very much something we really, really need to pay attention to, because we have a right to live in a safe, clean environment just like everybody else. And sometimes I guess we forget our value. And what I like to do on my podcast and on any show that I usually do, I usually love to tell people, understand that we value you and you have to value yourself. And lots of times when people don't want to get involved, it's not because they're working or anything like that. It's just that they're so used to being downtrodden on. They're so used to being treated so badly that they don't understand when someone comes along and say, "Hey, you can do it. You're powerful. Whatever it is that you need to do is being done." And they don't see that. Sometimes we don't see the value in ourselves. We don't see people how they see us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't see ourselves as others see us, okay? A lot of us don't value ourselves. And it's not about being cocky, it's not about being egotistical. It's just about taking in value. I'm worth that. You know what I'm saying? I'm worth the respect. I'm worth the attention. When I say attention, I'm not talking about any attention. I'm talking about attention as far as when you're saying something meaningful, something that's going to help somebody. That's what I'm saying. And you deserve that, because that person who doesn't think you deserve it, they think they do. So why don't you think the same thing about yourself? So when you have a group of people who've been downtrodden for so long, been, being talked down to, being manipulated. When you have people having the same thing over and over again happen to them, it builds up a tolerance for it. So when someone comes along and say, "Hey, we want to make a difference for you," they looking at you like, "Okay, we're going to sit back and watch you do the work because we're not really going to do it. Okay? We're not going to do it. We're just going to watch the work." And then there's some who don't understand how it works and they start to become very messy. And they don't want other people who's like really attending or really want that attention or really want to get help. They don't want them to get the help. Okay? So they'll do things and they'll say things to discourage people who want to get out of the situation they're in. Yeah. I know that sounds sad, but that's a lot of people are out there like that. They don't want you to get no more. They don't want you to know no more than what you know. So we've learned, I have a group of people, it's not just me, it's a group of us together. We learned how to get around that. We just say what we have to say. We tell them what is going on in the air in their community, and we try to bring solutions to them. And if they want the solutions, they're going to take them. If they're not going to take them. But we put it out there. And the idea that we get these feedbacks from the information we share, nobody else is doing this. Nobody else is talking about it. Nobody gives us the news like y'all do. Nobody tells us what's going on in our government, but you guys do. And it's sad in a city with there's majority African Americans, and there's not a lot of people who are sharing the information that needs to be shared. So when they go to the polls, they are making sound decisions. When they go to the city council meetings, they understand what's going on. And they have a right to ask questions. Some people don't like to be questioned. Okay? So then if you give them the knowledge to work with, then when they do have a question for their local city council or their local government, they know how to ask the question. And I very much so, we always, when we giving out information, we bring stats, we bring the source where it got it from. We do all of that on our show. If you look on if you look at a list of videos that we have, some of our Can We Be Frank shows are on here. Because that's what we do. And I know a lot of you guys don't watch this channel. I get it. I'm working on trying to get more people to come watch the channel, watch the videos we have. And I know it has to interest you in order for you to even think about doing it. And that's why I keep saying the old days in YouTube, man, when I was on YouTube a long time ago, and at that time I was doing fashion, I was doing wig reviews, I was making things, I was doing a whole bunch on YouTube back then. But I've gotten older and I kind of got away from all that. Not to say that I can't keep doing it. Matter of fact, I got some stuff coming up. Anyway, but it's not right now. I got time. We got plenty of time, okay, to bring those things to the forefront. But yeah, so a lot of things that we do as a group, because it's a group of us, and then it's me when I do my other things. Coming on here doing Queen Universal. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. If you go to the group called Black Queens Readings, that's my other group. I have a group called Arzanda Brands. I have all kinds of groups on Facebook that you guys can check out. I think are still alive and running because a lot of them I don't even use them anymore as much. But they're there. Let's see, what else did I say I wanted to talk about? And like I said, if you're into your local government or you're into giving out information, understand if you're dealing with underprivileged people or people who underserved people, you have to be gentle with them because they don't always get everything. Okay, they don't understand a lot of things that go on. Okay, they don't. So you have to be gentle with them and you have to get them to understand. You can continue to help them, but if they don't want the help, you can always step away and do it somewhere else. I promise you, it happens every day, all the time. That people do not want to hear it anymore and they want to walk away and they don't want anything to do with it. That's fine. It's nothing for us to get upset about. We just move on. My feelings are not hurt because at the end of the day, I know what I know and I know what I can do. I know what my abilities are and I know how important they are. Okay, so I don't get upset when people, don't want to hear what I got to say. I'm going to still say it. I'm going to still talk about it and I'm going to still get that information out like I'm supposed to because I'm supposed to do that. So, that's one of the that's some of the things I want to talk about. I also, I'm trying to think of something else that we talked about. So when I talk about my skincare regimen, I have like makeup on now, but prior to me putting on my makeup, I always make sure my face is clean. I always make sure before I put on my face. See, you guys can see I've been using it. I grabbed one of these and I used it. Okay. Um. So, and this is the hydrating cream. Oh, did I do that? Yeah, you did that. This is hydrating cream. So when I finish washing my face, I don't leave it in the bathroom. I bring it in here. I do that, and then I'll do a little vitamin C hyaluronic serum on my face, which I will grab one of my bottles and put this, use the dropper on my skin, on my face. And believe it or not, I don't know if you guys know how old I am. Guess my age. If you can guess my age, yeah, guess my age. And that's because of me taking care of my skin. Now, there's days when I don't want to do anything. I will not lie to you. Where I don't feel like doing anything. And so I won't always do my face when I need to. I'll wait a while before I do it. But I have been truly blessed, just like many other women, blessed with good, I get my mama's skin. My mom had that beautiful skin, and she was like 80 something years old, and her skin was so. But my grandmother was like that, and so was my grandma, my grandpa. My grandpa even had beautiful skin on my mom's side, on my mother's side. They had that skin, so that's that Louisiana living. Yeah, that's that Louisiana living that did that for me. Um, so, let's see what else I wanted to talk about. I just kind of like wanted to talk about that. Oh, subject. Let's change all subjects, and this is about life. I need to stay off of TikTok. I need to stay off of TikTok because TikTok just mind boggles me. I mean, TikTok just really, really mind boggles. Let me tell you, because it makes you think about a lot of things. I talk to young women not my age, because I'm older, but some of these young women, when when a man or when your boyfriend or significant other is angry at you, excuse me, I want to give you guys a little advice, just a little. Please stop arguing with these young men. Please stop arguing with these young men. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to share. Wait a minute. Let me. Okay, screen. I want to share something. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. Let me share something with you guys. I don't know what this is. Be just be gentle with me for right now. Okay. So let's do this. Um, okay. I'm trying to share. Okay. Mm, there we go. That's what I want to do. Okay. So let me share something with you guys. I'm trying to figure out did I remember where I put that video at. There's a video. Give me a second. Um, show me girlfriend. Yeah, that's it. I don't know if you guys it's this story right here. I hope you guys can see that. Let's see here. Here it goes. This story right here. Let me see. Make sure I can get it over that way. Okay. There we go. This story right here. This is the Hindustan Times, and this young man right here. He's a football player, and he choked his girlfriend, Southern Jaguars wide receiver Quadarius Davis, who is expected to be picked in the 2026 NFL draft, is facing backlash on social media after a video allegedly showing him beating his girlfriend, Jayunya Monet, surfaced. Several users claim that the 6-foot star choked his girlfriend after she broke up with him. Hours after the clip surfaced, Jayuna Monet posted about it being recorded by the security cameras as of neighbors. Why are you doing that? Confirmed that the two broke up because so many red flags were occurring. Monet further said that she will be pressing charges. I'm okay. My downstairs neighbors got cameras. My upstairs neighbors got cameras pointing directly towards my door. Everything is captured. I called the police. My neighbors called the police. I will be pressing charges. And no, I am not going back. I'm the one who initiated the breakup, caused so many red flags. Excuse me. Um, okay, I don't know what that was. So many red flags were occurring, Monet wrote on her social media. So the clip shows Davis in plaid pants and a white shirt involved in a physical altercation with a woman on the staircase. The timestamp footage was 1:58 a.m. on April the 12th. Wow. Raindrop Media shared the video. Um, so let's see here if it's going to show it. It's probably not going to show it. No, it doesn't show it. Let me see. So um, let's see here. Um, Reacting to the video, one person tweeted, Quadarius Davis is a student at Southern University who was preparing for his NFL draft this year. On this video, you see him choking out a girl because she didn't want to be with him. Not sure why he abused the girl. So It's basically saying she said she no longer wanted to be with him and she wanted off, okay? That she wanted out. She didn't want no longer to be involved with him, okay? Which and this is why I'm saying, don't, if you're going to be with this person, or if you decide that you no longer want to be with that person, that is, um, don't don't keep going back and forth with him. Let it go. Let it go. It's not and I'm looking at another one. It's saying here, a former TSU wide receiver arrested on domestic violence charges in Oklahoma. Here's another one. Okay, didn't know this one was going on. And I'm not saying this because these are football players. I'm saying this because when a person is ready to go, you don't keep pushing it. I mean, let them go. You don't hold on to nobody. If somebody doesn't want to be in your life, don't hold on to them. Let them go. Let them do their thing, because majority of the time, that's what's going to happen. They're going to continue doing their thing. But some people have issues with saying no. Some people have issues with things, them not being able to, have that type of power over you. Okay? Let me tell you something. I am definitely against domestic violence. I've worked in that field. I know what it is. I've seen it. I've been part of it. And we got to learn how to just walk away. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I do you guys remember Ray Rice? I think his name was Ray Rice. I can't remember his first name. When he beat up his girlfriend in the elevator. You guys, the arguing back and forth and getting angry with them, you're entitled to the anger. Please do not think that you're not entitled to the anger. You're entitled to the anger. But I wish you would just think twice before you do anything. If you have to, just walk away. Don't stay in a toxic relationship if you don't have to, especially when it's violent and it's violent. Okay, you know it's violent. There's no way you can't say it's not. You see the violence. Okay, let's see if this shows it. And I hate to show stuff, I really do, but I want you guys to see what happened. So he actually left her laying there. Oh, she got up. So she got up, which is great. It's great that she got up. And I think he got arrested. I think the whole 9 yards happened with him. Um, and that's just like, to me, I'm just like, I cannot believe that, especially nowadays. Um, she said she saw a lot of red flags. So when we talk about red flags, what are we talking about in relationship? What are we talking about when we talk about red flags? Okay. What are we talking about? Okay. Let's stop sharing. Okay. 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 So what are we talking about when we're talking about that, huh? What is it that we are dealing with when we're talking about that whole situation? Watching and see what the red flags are. What are some of the red flags? Uh, what we're looking at, how the person is treating us, because sometimes you don't see the red flags. Okay, sometimes we don't. We're enamored about who the person is. We're excited and everything, and we're not even paying attention to the red flags. The way he's talking to you, when he's around other people. Does he respect you when you're talking to him? Does he ignore you? All those little things. They get angry real quick. All those things are part of them. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let's go back over here. I want to do something. Um, let's go here. Let's see. What are some red flags in a relationship? So let's talk about that a little bit. Okay. Mm. Um, the 16 signs you should never ignore in a relationship. Oh, look, manipulative behavior. Okay. So let's see what we're talking about here. So, number one, it says overly controlling. Okay. There we go. It says overly controlling behavior. Overly controlling behavior is a common red flag in relationships. People that try to control the movements, decisions, or beliefs are more concerned about what they want than what is best for you. If a guy or girl tries to control what you wear or where you go, this could be a red flag. So I wonder if she saw all of that already. The next one is the lack of, in a healthy relationship, there is compromise and understanding around differences and personal needs and preferences, allowing space for each person to be their authentic self is a sign of health. Whilst wanting to control another, control is a red flag. So if you're in a relationship and somebody is trying to control you, telling you what you wear, what you want. When you go out to eat, they already fixing. I mean, they're already choosing what you want to eat. That's that is a red flag, because you don't know what my taste buds are. We haven't even been together that long for you to even pay attention to my taste buds and know what I like. Okay, maybe in passing the conversation, I might have said something, but overall, okay, overall, you don't have that right to tell me what I want to eat. And before we go any further, this is from betterup.com. So you can find this information on there. Okay, lack of respect or trust. Oh, yeah, this is a big one. So it says trust is an important foundation in any healthy relationship, which is why being trustworthy is critical to relationship health. A major sign of unstable relationship is when partners, friends, colleagues, or family members distrust you, especially when you have demonstrated your trustworthiness. If especially if they already have, and this is what I say when I was talking to my group, I was telling them how women already know when they get into relationships, they already know things are not what they say they are. They've seen the signs, and sometimes we find ourselves ignoring it. For many, many reasons, we ignore them and we stay with that person, and it gets worse. It doesn't get better because no one is being accountable. Nobody is bringing it up and talking about it. We know how they are, and we stay in these long, drawn out relationships, and it's toxic from the beginning, and we ignore it. We knew he was cheating. He was cheating on you while you were dating. Okay. He was lying. He was lying to you while you were dating. But I do want people to understand, I want women to understand, there is no need for us to be disillusioned by what men say to us. Okay? Never feel like um, that he won't lie to you, that he won't do stuff. Don't ever say, my man won't do, because that's a lie. They'll do. Okay? Don't say that. Okay? They will do whatever it is that they have to do sometimes. Okay? If they want to do it, because you don't have that. That's almost like you're trying to have control over him, or you already know him. Okay? And there's many reasons why women won't get out of those relationships. Okay? So keep that in mind. A major sign of earning trust by being consistently reliable, honest, and accountable is your part of the equation. If distrust still remains, it can be a red flag. Healthy relationships require trust and respect on both sides. Without respect, the foundation of any relationship is shaky at best. So that is number two red flag. Now, also along with that is phones. I want to hit a little bit on phones. Women, men, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you guys are not on the same phone plan, you have no right to look at his phone without his permission. She has no right, you have no right to look at her phone without her permission. You just don't. Now, I don't care how much you've been together, I don't care. But if you're not paying that telephone bill, you have no right to his phone, and she has no right to your phone without your permission. Lack of respect or trust comes in there. Okay? Um, Me and my husband have cell phones. If there's something funny on something that, because a lot of the apps I have on my phone, my husband doesn't have on his phone. He just don't have them because I'm more a phone person. He uses phone strictly for what it's for, mainly majority of the time. He uses to use it. If it's something funny on my phone and I want him to see it, I give him my phone. I mean, I don't worry about it. And sometimes he keeps my phone for a long time, for 20 or 30, 40 minutes or more. He does it. I'm busy doing something else, you know. And they're like, well, here's your phone. Because I don't have that to worry about. Oh, was you looking through my phone? No. And I can have his phone too. Matter of fact, lots of times he like me to answer his phone. I use my phone more than he uses his. Because I'm on it all the time. I'm on it because the apps and the different information that I'm sharing and the different shows and stuff to do. I do a lot on my phone. So when he gets my phone, I don't sit there and worry about who's in my phone because he already knows me. And that's why you have to have that type of relationship prior to you even talking about marriage and all that. I am not going to do. We have women and men who are being murdered because of their phones. Not because someone wants the phone because it's an innovative thing like a pair of sneakers. They want their phone because they're upset about what's in the phone. Okay? And that's where number two comes in, lack of respect or trust. Okay. So the next one is lack of emotional support. The people closest to you should build you up and not break you down. You need somebody in your life that doesn't criticize you. Okay, that loves you for who you are, and when you feel down, they're there to lift you up, and the opposite, the same thing with them. I have a habit of making my husband laugh. I'll say something funny, he'll say something funny, we laugh. I always say we two crazy people together. When I say crazy, I'm not talking about us doing crazy things. I'm talking about us mentally. I should make fun of my mental, but I am, because it keeps us going. We'll say crazy things to each other all day. There's times when I say, look, hey, you and them dogs got to go. And I'll be telling them they got to go because he'll take them for a walk or whatever. I said, y'all not gone yet? And we'll laugh about it. So we always doing that because I know he needs sunshine just as much as I do. And he needs that time to kind of, unwind. So he'll take the dogs for a walk to do that. Okay. Now, let me say this. It built up to that because we were not always like that. We had some issues. We've gone through some things, okay? But I will say this, cheating was never one of them. I will say that. And I can say that and be stand on all 10 to say cheating was never a problem we had. Okay. When you love somebody, you are committed to supporting them. Okay. Supporting and uplifting them. That's right. If you do not feel that support from your partner, family, or friends, something needs to change. So there's something is a conversation that needs to be had. Okay. So the next one is physical, mental, or emotional abuse. This is very, 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 very important because sometimes people can be that way. Some people are just mean and you didn't know they were. Okay? So it says here physical, emotional, and mental abuse are undeniable red flags in any relationship. Physical abuse is easier to pick up on, but emotional and mental abuse can be just as damaging in the long run. Okay? And just like physical abuse, mental emotional abuse can cause a form of PTSD. Nobody ever has a right to use you as a scapegoat for their own problems. Those should be dealt with constructively and fairly. Abuse is never an acceptable response to a problem. Sometimes, because people, and that's why when you're dealing with broken people and you're in this relationship, and you're wondering why this person is always angry at you, always coming at you, always degrading you, always embarrassing you, that's because that person is working out some stuff with himself or herself. They have not let go a lot of things that's going on. I one thing about a relationship that bothers me the most, that kills me, is when you say you can't trust somebody. What the hell are you wasting a person's time if you already have trust issues? I always say, go get healed. If you're so afraid of being, if see, because that's lots of this stuff is growing pains in any relationship. If you already know he has issues with being trustworthy, you already know he has issues with being physical and mentally and emotionally abusive. What are you doing? You can't change him. You got to walk away. And sometimes it's hard to walk away. And I get that. And once you're in it and you feel like you can't get out, that is a whole nother subject. I would still stay on alert. If I can't get out right at that very moment, I will work on trying to get out. Yes, you can do it. You can do it. Okay? Keep that in mind. You can do it. You can get out of that situation. Don't ever let someone say you can't. You can get out. It's up to you. All right? Just keep that in mind. It is up to you. You can get out of any situation you want to get out of, but you got to want to get out of it. So let's take a small break and let me see here. Let's take a small break and let me see something here real quick. Okay, let's take a small break and I'm going to bring something up. Let's see here. Da 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 da. I'm looking at so many different things here. Let's see here. Let's see if it'll do it for me. You only call when the night feels cold, when she don't love you the way I told. I should ignore, I should let it ring, but I'm too weak when it comes to this thing. Every time you break, I pick you up.
Every time you fall, I give you love. But when the sun shines and you're feeling fine, you know when near, you ain't mine. Call me when it hurts, when your heart's on fire. When she walks away and you're drowning in desire. I should say no, but I can't let it go. So I'll hold you close till you leave once more. You whisper words that make me believe, like I'm the one, like you'll never leave. But your love comes like the midnight tide, here and gone before sunrise. Maybe one day I'll close that door. Maybe your voice won't shake me no more. But tonight I'll be what you need, even if it's breaking me. Call me when it hurts, when your heart's on fire. When she walks away and you're drowning in desire. I should say no, but I can't let go. So I'll hold you close till you leave once more. So call me when it hurts, call me when you fall. But one day, love, I won't answer at all.
Crunch so right, take a bite, feel the vibe. Sunny Munch got that taste you can't deny. Popping flavors, light and bold. Every seed's a story told. Sunny Munch, snack it up. Crunching all day, never get enough. Savory, salty, sweet delight. One more handful feels so right.
All right. So we are back. Let me come out of here. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're on number five. Number five says substance abuse. Substance abuse is a clear red flag because we're talking red flags in relationships. And then you can find this on betterup.com. It indicates that a person struggles with impulse control and self destructive habits. Depending on the substance, any relationship can quickly turn toxic if addiction is present. So pay attention to how people drink when you go around them. Like if you're out with them and stuff, watch how they drink, watch how they drink at home. Um, when a person has to constantly have something to drink, all the time, whether it's a beer, wine, whatever, if it has to do that all the time, if that person has to do that all the time, no matter where he goes, whatever he does or she does, she gotta, what they say, turn it up. That's a red flag. Okay. With that said, substance abuse is an illness, and your loved one might need help. If you or someone you know is struggling, to reach out to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration for help. So there's somewhere you can go to get that help. Okay. Number six, narcissistic behavior. Oh my God, this is a big one. This goes along with the mental, emotional abuse and the trust issues. Okay. So, narcissistic personality disorder is a mental condition. Let me say that again because people get that mixed up. Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental condition, okay, that indicates self obsession and a misplaced sense of importance. It can come across as delusions of grandeur, although not in a clinical sense. They are not experiencing a break from reality, although it might feel that way to the people close to them. Narcissists believe that the world revolves around them. And if anybody threatens this belief, turmoil and chaos tends to follow. Okay? Being emotionally involved with a narcissistic, ego driven person can be exhausting and traumatizing. Yes, their needs will always be considered more important than yours. I have been around people with that type of personality. Yes, yes, I have been around people who, for one thing, they don't do anything wrong. And if anything happens wrong to them, it's everybody's fault but their own. And you also have people who are codependency of these narcissistic people or their behavior. Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah, you're right. I did do that. When in reality, she's just trying to stop the bleeding, or he's trying to stop the bleeding so it wouldn't go no farther. Okay, yeah, I did that. But that person needs help. That person needs therapy. And they need to be alone. They don't need to be with you. If they're in that position, because it is exhausting dealing with a narcissistic person. It can be so exhausting. And it's nothing you say. If you say anything, what we call a clap back, when they say crazy things to you and you clap back on them, they can't handle that. Oh my God, they can't handle that. They go berserk. They will go berserk. Okay. So the next one is anger management issues. If someone you are close to has anger management issues, you might feel threatened or unsafe during a conflict. Lack of emotional regulation is a definite red flag for any relationship. Matter of fact, we just watched a video where his anger management issues were not in check. His physical abuse issues were not taken care of because he was being abusive to that young lady. Okay, we all should feel comfortable enough with a partner or friend to tackle difficult subjects without fearing for our safety. Anyone, man or woman, who uses anger and intimidation tactics is displaying toxic behavior. And I've also seen women put their hands on men. It's not always the man. Sometimes you're dealing with a very aggressive, narcissistic woman too, that has anger issues, that have trust issues, and they have not been checked. They won't go get the help. That person needs to be by themselves. That's all I'm saying. Leave that person where you found them. Okay? Codependency. I talked about codependency earlier. Codependency and the ensuing emotional labor might not always present themselves as toxic, but codependency in relationships can be a pervasive pattern that causes issues such as emotional exhaustion and increasing mental load. That is what putting up with someone else's bull crap, no matter what it is they're doing. I know somebody, well, she's gone now, that I know this person who would do that to her all the time. Her husband was like that to her. And it would just make me so angry. Oh my God, I would be so angry watching them. The reason why I can say that, not because I didn't know their business, is because it was in my family. And it irritates the hell out of me. But it was nothing I can do. She would have to be the person to change that. But sometimes they're not ready. So it says codependency or relationship addiction happens when two people rely on each other exclusively for emotional, psychological, and even physical support. Exactly. This alienates them from their other relationships and can stunt personal growth. Please, if you're in a codependency relationship, get out of it. Conflict avoidance. People who avoid conflict might think they are protecting the relationship from ruin. In the long run, conflict avoidance results in issues not being addressed and resolved, which can lead to resentment and passive aggressive behavior. Yes, if there's something that happens and you cannot address that conflict situation right then and there because maybe you're afraid of that person, you need to get out. You need to get out. As uncomfortable as it can be, embracing constructive conflict is crucial element of all relationships. Without productive conflict, serious matters can never be resolved. This leads to resentment and wasted energy. If we would just get that through our heads, wasted energy. If we understand how important our energy is to us, oh my God, I think we could walk away from a lot of things. When I get in the if I get to the point where I think things are not going to work, the we're not on the same page, I'm not going to keep staying there because you're wasting my energy. My energy is very important to me. So I'm going to move. I'm going to get out. I'm going to go on about my business. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. Conflict avoidance. People who avoid conflict might think they are protecting people who avoid conflict might think they are protecting the relationship from ruin. Okay, in the long run, conflict avoidance results in issues not being addressed and resolved, which can lead to resentment and passive aggressive behavior. Yes, that is so true. Oh, we went over that already. Okay, so constant jealousy is the next one. It says it is natural to feel jealous when your partner or friend is spending a lot of time with others. However, that is not the excuse to let it cloud your judgment. That's right. Sometimes people don't do well when they have partners who are very outgoing. If you have a partner that's very outgoing, very um, um, extroverted. They talk to people. They talk. They laugh. They joke, and they're around people. And people love. They're the ones who have that energy where everybody wants to be around them. If they're that type of person, and you have a jealous heart, a jealous spirit, this relationship ain't for you. You need to have someone who's equally yoked to you. When I say equally yoked, you have to be. There has to be a balance. Okay, if you're funny and he's funny and people like to gather around you and talk to both of you guys, wonderful relationship. Okay, but if you're the one who always going out about and talking to people and people interacting with you all the time and he got an issue, that's a conversation that needs to be had. And vice versa. If you're the person who stays inside and he's an outgoing person, that conversation needs to be had. But again, that can also gather or put together some type of trust issues that they might have, but you're supposed to not make that person feel like they need to not trust you. Okay? But sometimes, and I've seen this happen where men and women who are outgoing and their partner is not, it's their job actually to make them feel confident and comforted that they don't have anything to worry about when other people are giggling and laughing in their faces. That's just it. That's just how that works. Okay? That's how it works. They have to find a way to make that person feel comfortable. Number 11 is gaslighting. Oh my God, I've heard so much of gaslighting. Oh my God, that is a word that I've heard several times, okay? I mean, several times that word comes up. So it says here gaslighting is a common manipulation tactic and a red flag in any relationship. It is an insidious form of emotional abuse in which the manipulator will make you question your own sanity or judgments. Okay? Victims of gaslighting are made to feel guilty regardless of whether or not they did anything wrong. Gaslighting is a clear red flag in any relationship. Oh my God. I have seen that happen. I have heard it happen. And look, sometimes like when me and my husband are playing with each other, when I say playing, like jabbing at each other, we'll do that to each other. It's funny to us. It's not that we're trying to hurt each other or anything, but we know that's what it is. And I believe it or not, I do it to my son. Me and my son have that relationship where we can talk and stuff. And he said, "Okay, now you're gaslighting me," and we'll laugh. But it's a very serious problem. We laugh it off because we know what it is, and we know that it can be possible, it can happen, but we know we're not doing it to each other in a way that's going to hurt anybody. Okay. Um, so yeah, but it is a very serious thing, and it will make you go crazy. It will make you feel like it's you. You're the problem. When in reality, you're not the problem. It's the person who's doing the gaslighting. Lack of emotional intelligence. Oh my God. This is very much so important. Okay. What is emotional intelligence? Because I hear that being thrown around a lot. So, emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive and manage emotions. And we know nowadays, in this time and age, emotional intelligence, it's not there. It's not there. Emotional intelligence is not there. Okay? So it says people with low level of emotional intelligence are unable to pick up on your feelings and empathize with you. Some people are not empathetic. Okay? They can see you crying and they like, okay, I'm just going to wait till they finish. I'm not going to ask them how they're feeling because I really don't care. Okay? But I'm going to get angry if you keep crying because you're messing up my vibe. I'm just saying. um, Often results in unnecessary conflicts or forms of manipulation. Emotional abuse includes love bombing, excessive display of affection, attention, and gifts early in a relationship, often with the intent of gaining control or creating dependency, often stems from low emotional intelligence. We were talking about this today. This is a comment, yes, a kind of a conversation piece we had today. I think the person was talking about the ideal that, okay, you're going on a first date. And on this first date, it was said that the duty of the man to make sure you have your hair done, your nails done, your eyes done, your brows done, whatever. All of that before the first date. For the first date. It's the man's responsibility to spend his money to make you look good so he can sit across from you at a restaurant. Never. Just don't understand why. Okay? That's love bombing. You want to be in control already. We're not even there yet. And some men do that. I don't get it. I'm not agreeing with it at all. Because I think I can dress myself. I know what I want to wear. You know, I know what I want my hair to look like. I don't want anybody. That to me is a form of control. That is a small, little, tiny beginning of control. If I can control her here, I can control her through the whole relationship. So anytime we go somewhere, I'll tell her what she can wear, what she can, and little by little, it starts doing it. Little by little, women the same way. Women will do the same thing. So don't. I'm not excluding women at all. Okay. So let's talk about number 13, which is social isolation. For many of us, our family and friends provide an important sense of community. It's major red flag if someone in your life negatively affected your relationship with those you love. Healthy relationships should never come at the cost of others' healthy relationships with you. So, say you are supposed to be going to a picnic and all the family's going to be there. And you're really looking forward to it, and you've already talked to him or her about it, and you've asked them, you invited them to go with you, and they say they don't want to go. So are you going to sit at home with them? Or are you going to go because the family hadn't seen you in a while, they want to see you? Are you going to go? And he's manipulating because he really doesn't want you to go. So he's going to say, well, why can't we go to the movies? Why can't you do this? Why can't we do that? Why can't, all these different things he's going to say or she's going to say to keep you from going to this picnic with the family. Oh, yeah, that happens. I don't want to go. Well, I'll see you when you get back, when I get back. I'll see you when I get back. Yeah. I mean, I'm that's me. That's my answer. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll be back. Mm. Since you don't want to go, I'll be back. That's all you can tell them. You can't get mad, can't get all upset. I'll see you when I get back. Unless you're in that relationship where he's controlling everything or she's controlling everything, you won't go at all. And you find yourself sitting there looking crazy. No. No. Don't let them socially isolate you from everybody. Don't let them do that. Number 14, lack of desire to communicate openly. One red flag in a guy or girl can be the lack of desire to communicate openly. Communication does not come easily for everyone. And a core skill in having the co-creating a healthy relationship is the desire to articulate your emotions, your needs and dissatisfactions. Okay? Feelings of vulnerability, fear of confrontation, or losing control can all deter individuals from speaking out. But if your partner is unwilling to learn to communicate better, this could be a red flag. When a man or woman tells you you're always arguing and all you're trying to do is get some understanding, that is a red flag. It's not their fault. I mean, it's not your fault that they've never been taught how to openly communicate or communicate, period, with anybody. Because there's a lot of people who do not know how to properly communicate. There is. I should know. I talk all the time. And I talk to many, many, many different people. And a lot of people do not. The first thing they want to say when you're not in agreement with them is that you're arguing. Because they don't get it. They don't get how communication works. It is a back and forth. It's not an argument. It's a back and forth for disagreements. And there has to be a way that we can balance this out. Can we agree to disagree? Some people don't know what that is either. But sometimes you have to do that. Because that's how it breaks it down. Because you're not going to get them to say anything else. Because they don't know how to communicate. They'll shut down on you. You're asking a question and they'll shut down on you. Lack of communication. And then when something happens, then they got a lot to say. But you didn't have a lot to say just a few minutes ago. Let's make this make sense. But again, we're going to the manipulation. We're going into gaslighting. Okay? We're going into all those other avenues. So these all definitely connect. Some kind of way they connect. Right? So number 15, lack of social connection or friends. Isolating you. Not everyone has a huge circle of friends. Some people simply find it hard to connect with others. They could be dealing with social anxieties, which is very much so a thing, or shyness. But not having any friends or close relations can be a red flag in any guy or girl. It might indicate a sign of low capacity to bond and connect with people in general. So keep that in mind. If you have a person have one or two friends, that's fine. If they don't have no friends at all, then that's the issue. Okay. And also because of that, that also can come off too as a way that they can manipulate and control you. And guess what? There's nobody to check them. Yeah, there's nobody to check them on the things that they're doing. Because your friends are going to check you. When they're watching you, how you move, they're going to check you. I have friends that will check me in a heartbeat. Okay? And so you get away with a lot of stuff because you don't have a lot of people around you. And again, that is a red flag. So, last one down here talks about love bombing, which is number 16. Number 16 says, love bombing is another major warning sign. When someone showers you with excessive attention and affection right from the start, it can be a sign of manipulation. Healthy relationships grow at a mutual pace, and love bombing may later reveal manipulative or unhealthy intentions. This type of behavior can quickly turn into controlling behavior, or, I can't even talk. Controlling behavior once the initial phase is over. Once the initial phases are over, then it kicks in. Okay. Now, this right here says yellow and green flags in relationship. Yellow flags are similar to red flags, only slightly less severe. A red flag is a clear warning sign in contrast. I didn't know anything about a yellow flag. Yellow flags indicate a problem area that needs to be addressed. They are bound to be imperfections and areas for improvement in any relationship. However, no relationship should cause no more harm than good. Yellow flags are signals that point toward the pattern or behaviors that need to be shifted in order for the relationship to be repaired and flourish. That is very deep right there. For example, a red flag might be when a partner forbids you from going to an event without them. Wow. A yellow flag could be them becoming grumpy or angry when you do. Ah, okay. Wow. Yellow flags are not necessarily a reason to end a relationship, but they require mutual acknowledgement and input from both sides to resolve. Anything about a partner, friend, colleague, or family members that has the potential to cause friction over the course of the relationship is probably a yellow flag. If someone if something about someone in your life directly threatens your health or well-being, it is probably a red flag. Green flags are positive indicators in a relationship. In a new relationship, this might include open and honest communication, respect for boundaries, mutual support, and shared values. Green flags suggest that the relationship is healthy and has potential for growth. These signs show that both partners are committed to building a strong, respectful connection. So, how do you improve? Acknowledge your own needs. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Communicate. Avoid being overly emotional. Seek professional help. Be honest with yourself. Set boundaries. Reconnect with friends and family. Know when to leave. Okay. What is a 3-month rule with red flags? Didn't know that. What are some of the red flags in friends? How do I find my own red flags? Red flags in relationship need to be addressed. Exactly. So this was a very good article on Better Up. I was not expecting to read that at all, but it was a good article. You guys, good job. All right. So let's um let's oh, okay. Could have did it that way. Let's go ahead and come out of there. There we go. So now you got my big face in there. So, you guys, I want to say thank you for hanging out with me. I hope this information helped you. I hope you heard what I said. I hope some of the things we talked about on here, I will be definitely coming back. I have no other choice. I have to come back. I do. I do. Um, and show you some more things that I do. And share some things with you guys. So I love doing this, and I hope I'll be able to do this again. You guys, I want you to have a great evening. Um, Enjoy your Sunday. Dog, we're already into another month. I'll tell you what. Let Monday take care of itself. You enjoy the rest of Sunday. Prepare yourself for tomorrow. We never know what's happening tomorrow because there's always something in this crazy world. I just keep thinking about what China did. China wasn't joking, you guys. China was not joking. China was saying, look, this is what's going to happen. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to let everything out the bag. He let all the cat out the bag. He wasn't playing. So I was saying earlier, if you didn't hear me earlier, I was saying, dog, I'm definitely going to use some of these drop shipping directory. Excuse me, these factories and stuff. They let it all out, and they've been doing it the whole weekend. Okay, so if you guys hadn't been on TikTok, matter of fact, let me do something. Let me let me um, let me see what TikTok doing right now. Hold up. I gotta see what TikTok is doing right now. Let's see. Let's go over here. Why won't it let me? Okay, let's go. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um, Wait a minute. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm laughing because this is funny. It's not funny, but it is funny. Let's see if I can bring this up. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Y'all, this is so different from how I used to do. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's go to TikTok. Let's see what's going on over here at TikTok. Are they still doing it? I want to see if they're still doing the
Y'all pulled up and y'all was
I'm trying to see if they still.
You're my boyfriend now.
Yo, do you really want to stay at Cam the rest of
Oh gosh.
I'm finna sneaking this.
Oh my gosh, I dropped down my pants.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god, bro.
Things that I love.
You got me today?
Okay.
Asante
Hold
he
up.
begged me to stay. Bam.
Hold up. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, I dropped down here.
ترقر الحباب خويا خويا واللي تردو مازال ما جات طلع الجبال تشوف شحات تشوف لك
I can't.
Yo, do you really
Let's see.
Finna sneak in this person's house.
Let's see.
Don't call the cops on me, please.
Oh Lord, I can't even bring it up. Let's see. For you. Let's see what's for me.
You're my boyfriend now. Okay.
Can you sleep in?
Oh,
You got me
I
today?
guess I can't
fastest
find
man
it.
alive?
Any other time I would have found it, you guys.
Yo, do you
Okay,
really want
let's
to stay
come
at
out of
Cam the
here.
rest of your life? Or do you want to become a tiger? Let's go!
Let me come out of there. Hold up. Let me see. Let me see if it'll let me get out.
Who fell from a
There we go. There we go. I thought it was gonna let me go to it, but yeah, it has been it's been something with the TikTok thing. That's been something. I'm sorry. I apologize for wasting your time on that. I thought I was gonna be able to just bring it up. Okay. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I think 1 hour and 32 minutes is good. I got some other stuff I got to do. As usual, I'm always busy doing something. I want to say thank you guys for hanging out with us here on Celeta McCall. We got a chance to talk. We shared some things. I'll be back because I have no other choice. I have to come back. Yeah, I got to. You guys have a great day and bye-bye. Don't forget to check out our sunflower seeds. Can you see them? Oh, come on. It's taking it completely off the screen. Okay. It's taking it completely off the screen. I'm sorry. But yeah, our Sunny Munch sunflower seeds, the Sunny Munch store Etsy.com. You can click my wings, all one word.com. You can also hit up Ebony Elixir. This is what it says on here. Ebony Elixir. Okay, Ebony Elixir. Skincare.com. Check that website out also. Don't forget to hang out over here on @Princess QW1 QW1. I don't know where that name come from. Hang out over there because that is where we have our music. Okay. Don't forget, if you go on Facebook, Black Queens Reading Facebook group, check that Facebook group out. Also check out my regular page, Celeta McCall. You can also go and check out me on TikTok, Queen Universal, and watch some of my videos over there. Not nothing extravagant, but some of my videos over there. So I'm glad you guys had an opportunity to hang out with me. You guys have a great evening again, and bye-bye.